The following matters will come before the Revere License Commission today at our regularly scheduled meeting. Before we begin, we would like to have the Pledge of Allegiance, so if you'd all stand, please.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. The first order of business on today's meeting will be applications submitted for consideration. Item number one is the Beachmont Improvement Committee, State Road at Kimberly Park to Donnelly Square. Kathleen Heiser is the event manager. This is an application for a one-day common victualler and entertainment license to be exercised on Saturday, September 28th, from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. for a Beachmont Multicultural Festival to take place on State Road between Kimberly Park and Donnelly Square. The event to include food, art, music, games, and a short sidewalk parade. Is there anybody from the Beachmont Improvement Committee to discuss this? I don't see or hear anybody. We'll table this for the time being and bring it up again toward the end of the meeting, and we'll ask, and if no one comes, we'll put it on next month. Item number two, Winnissimmet Real Estate, Inc., 72 DeHone Street. Richard Magary is the manager. This is an application for a change of corporate name. The application of Winnissimmet Real Estate, Inc. for a change of corporate name from Capic Real Estate, Inc. Said corporation is the holder of a lodging house license exercised at 72 DeHone Street. No other changes are requested. Speaking on behalf of the corporation, sir, your name and address for the record.
My name is Richard McGeary. I'm the property manager. I live at 121 Woodland South in Lynn.
Very good, sir. And can you just explain briefly what your application is about?
Strictly a name change. There's no other changes in operation or ownership.
Do any of my fellow commissioners have any questions?
No, as long as there's no change to the business, I have no questions.
I'm sorry, I cannot hear. I have a very hearing problem.
As long as there's no changes to the business, I have no questions.
There is no changes, just the name change.
Very good. Any questions? I have no questions. Very good. Thank you, sir. I'll close that section of the meeting. I will now ask for any proponents. Anybody else want to speak on behalf of this? Seeing and hearing none, I'll close that section. Any opponents? Anybody opposed to this? I don't see or hear anyone. We'll close that section. Is there a motion to act on?
I'll make the motion to approve the name change.
I'll second the motion.
Very good. The motion is approved. The application for a change of corporate name is approved of Winnissimmet Real Estate, Inc. The name will be changed from Capic Real Estate, Inc. The said corporation will also hold a lodging house license exercised at 72 DeHone Street. Thank you very much, sir. Your change is approved. Item number three, Revere Lodge Loyal Order of Moose, 1272, 470 Broadway. William Ward, manager. This is an application for a change of officers and change of manager. The application of Revere Lodge Loyal Order of Moose for a change of manager to William Ward from Wesley Clemens, and a change of officers to reflect the new slate of club officers. Your name and address for the record, please, sir.
My name is William Ward. I live at 93 Utah Ave, Lynn, Mass.
Very good. And, well, what do we are going with the new, you're going to be the new manager?
Yes, sir.
And the change of officers, who is that going to be? Do we?
Excuse me, sir. So,
I beg your pardon?
Are you? What was the question you asked, sir?
Well, it says that you're also going to change of officers to reflect the new slate of club officers.
Yes, since the last license was submitted under Wesley, there was a total revamping of the whole board of directors, or like officers at the Moose. We now have a new governor, new junior governor, and so forth. So,
Very good. Do any of my fellow commissioners have any questions?
I just like to, how long have you been a member of the Moose Club?
I've been a member of the Moose Club in Revere since 2017. 2013, sorry.
2013.
Yes, ma'am.
So it's been 6 years.
New slate.
And you've seen what's gone on in the past there?
Yes, I have.
And you're well aware of what we're looking for, this board is looking for?
I believe I do, yes, ma'am.
You do. Okay, because it seems like this is every month someone's coming up here. So I just hope you get hold. I do appreciate that you took the benches away, and I do believe it's made a difference. I go by there all the time, and I don't see people hanging around outside, so I'm pleased with that change already.
Thank you.
Okay. I have no other questions.
Thank you, sir. Do you have any questions?
No, just, so you're going to be the new manager replacing Wesley Clemens, and there's going to be also new officers?
There are also new officers.
How many?
All of them, from the top to the bottom. There's 5 new officers.
5
yes.
new officers, okay. All right. And they've been sworn in and all that stuff? or-
Yes, they've been sworn
all
in
that
by
stuff?
Moose International and also have. gone
Background
through the
checks have
training.
been done
Yep.
and all that fun
Yes,
stuff?
sir.
Okay. Okay, hopefully this will end the saga, the Moose saga, we'll call it. It's been, what, over a year? Something like that. So for the purposes of everyone's time, I'll make a motion to approve the change, unless the commissioner has any.
Well, I just have one question, sir. Are you tip certified?
The clerk administrator has, and all the people working down in the social quarter has had TIP certification. I do not work down in the social quarter, so I am not required to have TIP certification.
Okay, so your bartender?
She is the social quarter manager.
Okay, very good. I have no further questions. There is a
Are there any-
motion to approve it.
Well, do we have anyone else who would like to?
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you very much. I have to open up the questioning for opponents and proponents, but I think we have enough information from you, unless you have something else you'd like to offer.
No, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'll close that section. Are there any proponents? Anybody else want to speak on behalf of this? Seeing and hearing none, I'll close that section. Are there any opponents? Anybody opposed? I don't hear or see any. We'll close that section. There is a motion to approve it. Is there a second?
I'll second the motion.
The motion is approved for the application for a change of officers and change of manager of the Revere Lodge Loyal Order of Moose, 1272. The change of manager to William Ward from Wesley Clemens, and the change of officers to reflect the new slate of club officers. That application is approved. Thank you very much. Item number 4, Mahavir Enterprises, Inc., DBA Convenient Mart and Deli, 270 Broadway. Rajendra Kamoor Patal is the manager. This is an application for a change of manager. The application of Mahavir Enterprises, Inc., DBA Convenient Mart and Deli, for a change of manager to Rajendra Kamar Patal from Dinesh Hai Patal. I'm sorry if I butchered those names. Mr. Patal. Yes, Mr. Patal. Thank you. So we are going to change managers.
Yeah, my name is Attorney John Meridian, Democus Law Offices, 56 Central Avenue, Lynn. This application today is simply a change of manager from Dinesh Bhai Patel to Rajendra Kumar Patel as manager of record. He is TIP certified. He's owned that store for a couple of years. They've had no violations or anything like that. So that's simply our ask today on this license.
Very good, sir. Thank you very much. Are we going to keep the business basically the same way as it? Same
just
thing?
a change of manager on the.
Very good.
license.
Excuse me, being tip certified, is there an alcohol license here? I don't see there's not an alcohol license here, is there?
No.
You don't
They
sell
They sell
alcohol.
beer, they sell beer and wine.
You sell beer and wine, but you don't have to be
It's a beer
tips.
Okay.
Thank you very much, sir. Do any of my fellow commissioners have any questions?
No, I have no questions. No.
Okay, no one has any questions, so I guess it's pretty much self-explanatory. I know the gentleman's business. He runs a good business over there. I will close this section of the hearing. Thank you very much. Are there any proponents? Anybody else want to speak on behalf of this? Seeing and hearing none, we'll close that section. Any opponents? Is there anybody opposed? I don't see or hear any. I'll close that section of the meeting. Do we have a motion to work off of?
I'll make a motion to approve the change of manager.
I'll second the motion.
Very good. The application for a change of manager is approved. The application of Mahavir Enterprises, Inc., DBA Convenient Mart and Deli, for a change of manager to Rajendra Kumar Patel from Dinesh Bhai Patel is approved. Thank you very much. Item number 5, Nilhar Enterprises, Inc., DBA Woody's Liquors, 260 Broadway. Rajendra Kumar Patel is the manager. This is an application for a change of manager and a change of officers, directors. The application of Nilhar Enterprises, Inc., DBA Woody's Liquor, for a change of manager to Rajendra Kumar Patel from Jaimin Patel, and a change of officers and directors. Okay, sir, name and address for the record,
Again,
please.
Attorney John Meridian, Democus Law Offices, 56 Central Ave in Lynn. I'm here on behalf of Nihar Enterprises, Inc. We're seeking
Speak
John Meridian, is that better? John Meridian, Democus Law Offices, 56 Central Avenue in Lynn. I'm here on behalf of Nihar Enterprises, Inc. We're seeking 2 items on this license change. One is a change of Rajendra Kumar Patel as manager of record, and a change of the director. We're removing Jaimin Patel and replacing him with Rajendra Kumar Patel. As I mentioned earlier, I do have tip certification for Rajendra. He's owned that store for a few years also. No violations, no issues with the city.
Okay, very good. And Mr. Patel is going to be managing both?
Yeah, both stores, they're
I
next
know
door
where
to each
they are.
other.
There's only a couple stores between them, right?
Yeah, they're next door to each other, so they'll be working both stores.
Okay. Do any of my fellow commissioners have any questions?
No, I'm very familiar with the area. I have no questions. Everything seems to be working well.
Is this a family overthrow? Seems like you're bumping out your cousins. But really have no questions. Their proximity is fairly close. Sure you can handle both locations. But that's about it.
Very good. Is there anything else you'd like to add, sir?
Nope.
Thank you very much. We'll close that section. Are there any proponents? Anybody else like to speak on behalf of this? Hearing and seeing none, we'll close that section. Any opponents? Anybody opposed? I don't see or hear any. We'll close that section. Is there a motion to?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second the motion.
Very good. The application for a change of manager and change of officers, directors of Nilhar Enterprises, Inc. is approved. The application for DBA Woody's Liquors for a change of manager to Rajendra Kumar Patel from Jaimin Patel, and the change of officers and directors is approved. Thank you very much. Item number 6, Noah and Victoria Corporation, DBA Blanca's Bakery and Restaurant, 341 Broadway. Yvonne Pleites is the manager. This is an application for a malt wine restaurant license. The application of Noah Victoria Corporation, DBA Blanca's Bakery and Restaurant for a malt wine restaurant to be exercised at 341 Broadway. The requested seating is 20. The requested hours are 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. Alcohol to begin no earlier than 8 a.m. Monday through Saturday and 10 a.m. Sunday. The requested entertainment is a TV. Your name and address for the record, please.
Hi, my name is Yvonne Leites.
You can bring that down.
That's better. Yvonne Leites. I live at 16 Taft Street here in Revere. No, your home address.
Oh, Raul Plates is 16 Taft Street, Revere, Mass.
Very good. And what are your plans for this location? What do you want to do here?
Well, the business is already open, and we just decided to do a change to the business.
So you have a business that's operating now. It's a
Yeah.
bakery.
Yes,
Do you have any seating currently?
yes.
Okay. And what do you want to do differently now? Just serve the beer and wine?
Yes, that will be the only difference. Yeah.
Very good. Thank you very much. I don't have any other questions.
I'm just a little confused. This is a bakery.
Bakery
And
and
the
a restaurant.
rest.
Excuse me?
This is a bakery and a restaurant.
It's a bakery and a restaurant. And so this would be just beer and wine. You want to serve it with dinner then, not with the bakery?
No,
I'm a little confused. Right. When I hear bakery, beer and wine bakery.
we have a few dishes, you know what I'm saying, like soups and all that stuff. And some people that like to have a beer with a soup or some stuff like that.
What other food do you serve?
And pupusa, burritos, and tacos, and soups.
Okay, that seems a little better, go with beer, a
Yeah.
taco,
No,
right? I'm thinking of cannoli and a beer, I just don't, I don't get those two. Are you tip certified?
Yes, we are.
You are, both of you?
Yes.
Okay, how long have you had this business open?
Almost 3 years.
Just a year?
3 years.
Almost 3 years.
3
Will be
years?
About 3 years, yeah. In
About 3
January.
years. Okay, and how many seating do you have there at the present?
20.
You have 20 seats?
Yes.
Okay, that's all, I have no other questions.
What time, assuming we give you this license, or grant you this license, what time do you plan on serving alcohol?
Well, they can't
12
serve.
p.m. to 10,
12 p.m. to
10
10?
p.m.
Okay. Yeah, because I just, again, morning, breakfast,
Yeah, no.
rather not open it up at 8 a.m. to have people come in.
No,
Because some
we
people want to have a drink that early, but I don't
Yeah.
think it's a good idea.
We open at 8 a.m.
Yeah.
But we usually offer coffee and pastries,
Sure.
you know? And like later on, like at 12, we have lunch and then dinner time. Yeah,
Okay.
but we most likely will start at 12 p.m. and then until 10. That's when we
Gotcha.
close.
Gotcha. And right now, there is no entertainment. You want to put a TV in there?
We have a TV. We currently have a TV.
Okay, because it says requested entertainment is TV. So you already have that?
Yes, yeah, yep, we do.
Okay. All right. And you're open from 6 to 10 p.m., 6 a.m. to 10?
Right now, we open from 8. I don't know.
You want to start, you're asking for...
Yeah,
to
we open
it.
from 8 to 10. I don't know.
Is it-
Before, we open at 6. But I think we haven't done the change in the papers.
Okay,
But
so
we
you,
open at 8. No,
so you're going to be 8
Yeah.
a.m., okay. Gotcha. Just let Maggie know.
Okay.
So beer and wine, okay. I have no more questions.
I just feel like, I'm looking at this license, I'm looking at a license that's going to be 8 o'clock. If you change to 6 o'clock, my vote would be very different. We don't serve alcohol at 6.
Oh,
Okay? And 10 o'clock,
At 9.
I'm okay with a 10 o'clock, but if you were to come and extend hours, I would prefer that they wouldn't go any longer than 10 o'clock.
No, we wouldn't.
So I would want that on your license, and a note, my secretary will make a note, that should you come back up, I've already said, if this board approves it, that I would not extend it at over 10 o'clock. Because it really, basically, you've really started with a bakery and a very light menu.
Yeah.
So, you know, I just don't want to see people coming in at 10 o'clock, wanting to just sit and have a beer and a glass of wine. So I would not be approving anything past 10 o'clock. Okay, because we do have people, they come up, they say 10 o'clock, and then 3 weeks they're up here, they go until 1.
Oh, no.
So I do want to make a note of that, you're accepting a 10 o'clock closing, and,
Yeah.
you know, no earlier, well, 8 o'clock is really quite
Okay.
early for people to be drinking.
Okay.
But I have no other questions.
Very good. I don't have any other questions. Do you have anything else you'd like to add? Anything else you'd like to say? Okay.
No, not at the moment.
Thank you. I'll close this section of the hearing. Are there any proponents? Is there anybody out there that would like to speak on behalf of this license? Hearing and seeing none, I'll close that section. Are there any opponents? Is there anybody opposed to this? I don't hear or see anyone. We'll close that section. Do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Before I do that, can we put a provision that they cannot start serving till noon? Or is that not allowed?
No, we can put on whatever we want. I think she's in agreement with a noon opening because they do breakfast, and then I guess they go into lunch. So I have no problem with the noon time.
Okay, yeah, I'll second that with the provision that, or the condition that you don't serve alcohol until noon.
Okay. That
If-
works. Yep.
Okay? Okay. So I'll second that with that provision.
Okay, so just so we're clear, the license that the motion is to be acted on will indicate that you'll be able to serve alcohol from 12 noon until 10 p.m. Monday through Saturday, and then 12 noon on Sunday.
Okay.
Okay? And so we will, did you approve that?
I think I approved it, but I will second the motion.
All right, the application is approved. The application for a malt wine restaurant license for Noah and Victoria Corporation, DBA Blanca's Bakery and Restaurant, for a malt wine restaurant license to be exercised at 341 Broadway. The requested seating is 20. The requested hours of operation are 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. However, alcohol service cannot begin prior to noontime until 10 p.m. on Monday through Saturday, and noontime for alcohol service on Sunday. You can open earlier on Sunday, but no alcohol service until noontime.
Okay.
That license is approved.
Good luck.
Thank you very much. Item number 7, Black Marble Motorcycle, LLC, DBA Boston Harley Davidson, 649-1 Squire Road. Heather Vieira is the event manager. This is an application for 4 one-day licenses for malt, common victular, and entertainment.
Yes.
The application for Black Marble Motorcycles LLC, DBA Harley Davidson, for 4 special one-day licenses for malt, wine, common victular, and entertainment. Which one were you canceling?
We are canceling the event on September 7th, which was the Deadbeat Stunt Division performances.
So that would be Saturday, September 7th?
Yes.
That event is canceled.
We're thinking of replacing it with another event, but we do not have any details at this moment.
Very good. So the licenses that you're looking for are Thursday, 7/18/19, from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. for an all-American bike night gathering to honor military veterans. The next one would be Thursday, August 29th, 2019, from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. for a craft beer and beards night. The next one would be Thursday, September 26th, 2019, from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. for motorcycle rodeo skill game night. And the last one would be September 28th, 2019, from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. for a car and motorcycle show.
Yes.
Okay, so we have what you're looking to do. Now, did you get the you got the correspondence that was sent, right?
Yes.
About some of the issues that have come up during your previous events.
The questionnaire?
So here's what we want to discuss. We've had complaints about people leaving the fenced-in area and walking around with open containers of alcohol. Actually walking into Easy Pie Restaurant with open containers of alcohol obtained from your event. So I don't know what type of perimeter security you're doing, but it doesn't seem as if it's really adequate at the moment. I mean, I don't know. Has that been brought to your attention beyond
No.
our letter?
That was not brought to our attention. We did have an issue with an impromptu event that was hosted by Easy Pie where alcohol was in the parking lot that was brought by their customers. That was completely separate. And we have fined them for it.
Could you just speak up a little louder?
Yes, a few
mic,
weeks
I don't
ago,
know that it's working well.
we had a situation where Easy Pie had held an impromptu car show, and their customers had brought their own beer. It was not associated with Boston Harley Davidson, but as our tenants, we did explain the situation, and they have been fined for the lack of communication and the lack of following procedure.
Okay. Now, did we have police detail? I think we spoke about this before, and there wasn't. They didn't feel
No.
like you needed it?
No.
It seems like I think you do, okay? Because I'm not there. I don't know if it was Easy Pie. I'm very surprised that they would do that, bring alcohol. But with having police detail, especially I think some things that you're asking for here, I would like to see, even maybe fire. You've got these stunts going on with the motorcycles.
Yes.
And I think we do need and right now, I would feel it was the motorcycles place bringing the alcohol there. Should there have been police detail, we would have known for sure who actually was walking around the parking lots with the alcohol. Because I will tell you, I did attend a time there, and there was no alcohol at Easy Pie when I was there for a function. So I don't know where you're saying it came from over there. I personally would love to know who really did. But I just have a question. You know, I'm going to be honest with you. I have a family relative that owns a Harley-Davidson in California. I've explained this to her. They don't run these events. They said we would be very happy if we were allowed to. So who do you know in the state that does allow these events, other Harley-Davidson businesses?
Right off the top of my head would be High Octane and Bill Ricca. They host, just like we do, a monthly event during the weekday evening where they do allow alcohol consumption, food service, and some sort of entertainment.
And that's in Burlington?
That is in Bill Ricca,
Bill Ricca.
Massachusetts.
Okay, because I don't know of any. I've checked around just because I feel like there's an awful lot of dates that you come up for. And there are other businesses that pay high taxes. They're business owners. They sell alcohol. I like to protect the taxpayer of the city also. You have a great business, but it is supposed to be motorcycles, sale of motorcycles. I see now you're going to have cars there just for a show, is it?
We invite classic cars and custom motorcycles, yes.
Okay. None of the cars for sale?
Pardon?
None of the cars would be offered for sale there?
No.
No.
Even the
if-
motorcycles within the show are not offered for sale. It's customers who bring in their own vehicles.
Right, right. I'm very familiar with that. I like them, but at one time, we had an event on the beach, and they were antique cars, and it ended up, some people were actually buying them, you know, making an offer, buying the cars. They were beautiful, but obviously, you can't do that. You don't have a Class II license. But I'm just concerned, so many licenses and so many times, and where there's been questions to do for, without seeing how the next goes. And I also would like to, the permission of my colleagues, hear from Lieutenant Randall as to how he feels about detail there and how he thinks things have gone in the past, if he wouldn't mind.
In the past, because of the low numbers expected and the strict way they stated they were going to enforce the alcohol, we let them go without a detail. I haven't been to the events. We haven't received any calls or complaints. The only complaints I heard were through the board about the incident of alcohol being transported into another establishment. Other than that, that's the only complaint we've heard. But that obviously cannot happen.
So if you would think, on these events, the stunt one, how many people do you think are going to?
We usually have less than 100 people that come in, somewhere around 50 to 60.
50 to 60.
Depending on the scale of the event, most of them tend to be around that.
I know I went to one, and it was a very large crowd. You couldn't get in the parking lot. And then we went in the back, and I did watch the stunts.
Yes, that was before my time.
Oh, that was before your time. There were a lot more than 60 people there.
Yes,
When
which
I
is-
went, you couldn't get in there. That's how many were there. So I question, maybe again to Lieutenant Randall, when he thinks the number warrants having police detail.
Typically, most departments use the round number of about 100. Once you have 100, it gets to the point probably you start thinking about having a police detail.
Or 100. So do you think any of these events will draw more than 100 people?
I do believe that the event on August 29th may draw more than 100 people. There's a possibility for it. We're waiting for more RSVPs.
Well, that's the motorcycle rodeo and the games.
No, that would be the craft beer and beards bike night.
Oh, okay. I'm just concerned, it raised some concerns with me, and I was very disappointed to hear that. I
That will
don't
be an
understand.
indoor event.
Now, when I went, you had a roped-in area where that's the only place beer could be served, and it was roped in, and people couldn't leave. There was someone right there. If you went to leave and you had a cup, you couldn't leave that area. So how was it managed this time that may have gotten out? Do you have the roped-in area for just alcohol?
We have a coned-in area. Sometimes we use metal barricades, depending on how large of a space it is. The space that I put out on the permit application is the maximum amount of space we would ever use, and we usually use half of that.
Okay, and someone is there making sure nobody's walking around or going in the store with alcohol in their
Yes.
hand? I know when I was there, it was a couple of years ago, I mean, you wouldn't have gotten out with a beer in your hand. So I'm kind of concerned as to how this happened, if you're still using the same procedures or it's changed.
Let me dive in here real quickly, excuse me. So you're saying that this patron was from Easy Pie, who kind of was in that, not from
It
your,
was not associated
So-
with us. We were unaware that it had happened. They had
Yeah.
gathered after our store
Okay.
hours had closed.
so Commissioner, it's not their violation, so,
Well, I don't know that. That's why I'm questioning what kind of security and how it was roped off. I know when I was there, you could not move that designated area, and there was someone standing there.
Correct.
So-
But I think based on their track record without any incidences, I have to side with them at this point. Now, if they have a track record like some of these other establishments in the city, you question it. But until they have had some issues there, I have to kind of side with them on that one alcohol out of the area.
Well, I guess, Commissioner, I'm
Fine.
agreeing with you, but where I'm probably a little different than you, I'm saying, why are we giving 4 dates? Why don't we do 2 at a time? And let's see how it works out and how it's controlled, so that we can make sure and narrow it down to who is. It doesn't make a difference which business it is. It's illegal to be walking around with alcohol and going from business to business. Whether Easy Pie came there to your business or either way, it's illegal. But I guess that's my question. I can't say who did it. I wasn't there. I can only go by what I've been told. So I'm not putting the blame on anybody. But what I am saying is I would like to see a little more shorter days at this point, so that I could see exactly what's going on, and maybe our officer can go down and really check how many people you think you're going to have. And truthfully, if you have over 100 people, you really do have to call the police department and get detail.
Yes.
Okay? But that was my only question. I'm not putting the blame on anyone. I wish I knew who it was, because it is illegal no matter who it was. But I can't put the blame on anybody, and we haven't had that problem in the past.
Yeah, it was a private club that had come on their own and utilized our parking lot.
Okay?
Well, what do we have 4 to act on. July 18th, which is tomorrow, August 29th, and then 2 in September.
Now, excuse me, Commissioner, are you saying the August 29th, you think you may do more than 100?
It's possible. It is an indoor event. Beer is not allowed outside of the facility on that day.
Now, how would you know in advance how many people you're going to draw?
For that event, we're actually charging people to come in it's a charitable donation of $5. The local breweries in the area will be serving 4-ounce samplers of some of their local beers, and there's a limit as to how many they can have, which equals to 2 8-ounce servings.
Okay, so you'll start selling the tickets, and you'll get a good idea before the event
Yes,
whether we need to have police detail.
yes.
Okay, and I'm concerned about the motorcycle rider too. If that isn't going to entail having fire detail. I believe the first one you had did have fire detail.
We did reach out to them.
Yes,
Yes.
so I would like to see that again. So like I say, I have no problem with the events. I just don't like to go that far advance with 4 licenses. But I'll leave it up to my colleagues.
Well, my feeling is that if the papers are in order and we feel as if things are being handled properly, I don't have a problem voting, for all 4 of them, with the proviso that if problems come up along the way, we may have to call you back and revisit some of these. I don't know how my other commissioners feel about that, but that would be my thought, would be that we would vote on the 4 of them. And if we have an issue after 2, we would then bring you back before the other 2 and make some corrections. I don't know how you guys feel about that.
Yeah, we've approved multiple events with this establishment, and I think for the most part they've gone well, and they haven't been overcrowded. I go by that area. I live in that area. Have yet to see an issue, heard an issue. Officer Randall backs that up from what he just said. So I have no problem approving the 4 with the proviso, as the chairman said, to if anything comes up, we'll obviously have you back and address those issues. But We'll make a motion to approve the 4 for those 4 dates that the chairman had mentioned or stated.
Well, I'd like to see that also with, that we get in touch with the fire and the police on that one issue with the expecting more than 100 people.
Yes.
That's the 829 one. As your ticket sales, if they go up to 100, we're gonna, you're gonna have to get a detail officer and,
That's also where we plan to cut it off. We do not want more than 100 people.
okay. All right, well, I will second the motion and approve the application for 4 one-day licenses for malt, common victular, and entertainment for Black Marble Motorcycle LLC, DBA Boston Harley Davidson, for 4 special one-day licenses for malt, common victular, and entertainment as follows. Thursday, July 18, 2019, from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. for an all-American bike night gathering to honor military veterans. Number 2 will be Thursday, August 29, 2019, from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. for a craft beer and beards night. Thursday, September 26, 2019, from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. for a motorcycle rodeo skill game night. And the fourth one will be September 28th, 2019, from 11 a.m. until 3 p.m. for a car and motorcycle show. Thank you very much. Those applications are approved.
That's so sweet. Look at you two.
Item number 8, Shadia LLC, DBA Wraps on the Beach, 425 Revere Beach Boulevard. Sahir Abdal Hadi is the manager. This is an application for outdoor seating. This is a review of the trial period. The application for Wraps on the Beach for a full approval of outdoor seating previously granted for a trial period of 3 months. Outdoor seating consists of 3 tables with seating for 24. Current closes at midnight. Name and address for the record, please, sir.
Yes, good afternoon, Mr. Chairman and members of the board. My name is Sahir Abdelhadi. My address is 1124 Madison Place, Southborough, Mass. 01775.
Very good, sir. And how's the seating going?
Thank you so much for the trust, but it's going good. And
Any issues that we should be aware of?
not whatsoever. But I noticed that after 11 o'clock, even if you pay customers money to sit down, they're not going to show up. So in that, I have cameras, surveillance camera all around the property at all times. So even though sometimes we leave the property at 11 o'clock or 11:30 or 12 or sometimes a little bit later, we never had any incident whatsoever. There is no issues whatsoever. And thank God everything, regarding the seating, everything is good.
Very good. Do any of my fellow commissioners have any questions?
Well, I guess I do. I go down there all the time. I had asked you if you would rope it off in an area, maybe put planters like everyone else on the beach does. Or if you talk Renzo's, you talk Antonia's, anybody they have there. The problem I had was one of the neighbors, and I do go down there. I'm surprised you wouldn't want to do that. But a lot of people get their Kelly's ice cream and are sitting at those tables. I'm sure you must see that, okay? And they've got kids with them, they got bicycles. I did go down, and it is true. I don't think they're buying it at your stuff. They're buying it at Kelly's Cream. And they're going over there, and they're sitting there late. So, go ahead.
All right. Now, regarding, we have signs that we had made them. Actually, I ordered the signs back in April, maybe, when I was here last time. And the signs are just became ready, so I was supposed to pick them up today. That say that the outside seating is only for our customers. That's part one.
Right.
And there is no seating after 12 o'clock at night. I noticed that, but, so, you know, like my employees, but most time tell the customer, or tell people that unfortunately, like it's for customers of our place, but sometimes when they have kids, we just let go. But I did notice that, yes.
Right.
That,
I just think for you, yourself, I mean, you're going to get complaints. There's been a couple of complaints. I don't know why you wouldn't want to, in any way, like these ropes or something, just to show
If I
that,
may, correct.
that you're not going there, buying an ice cream next door, sitting there late at night, you know.
It's
And you
true.
know yourself the business they have there.
It's so true, and that unfortunately, most of the time, or sometimes they do leave their trash over there at the same time. So we
Right.
have to pick up their trash and throw it away. This issue, I addressed it I told my employees about it, like to make sure that everything's like only our customers to sit over there. Now regarding the planters and regarding the railing or the fence or something, I talked with Miss Maggie, Miss Haney about it, and and the recommendation was that I talk with you guys like in this meeting, and like if you have a design in mind, or if you know an architect or a designer, an outside designer, I'll hire the person, and with pleasure I will do like the planters, the way how you guys want them to be.
Oh.
It's just I didn't have any idea what kind of planters.
No, I
to
don't
do.
want you to go and get a design or have people putting, I'm just saying for
Any
yourself.
idea.
You can just get sand buckets, put sands in it and put rope. I mean, they do that. They don't put permanent dividers.
That's the
I just
issue.
think for yourself, I think you have customers there, you've got people on those chairs, they're sitting there, they're enjoying themselves. But I think for the people in the area, that should be closed off, not closed off, I mean, just go by the other businesses and get an idea. I mean, you can put plants there, just a little border, you don't have to block it in.
I agree with that.
Anything.
Correct. That considered to be done within this month, before the end of this month. Thanks for the advice. But regarding the fence or regarding like the gardening or the rails.
Oh,
or
no,
something, it's just like it's not a permanent seating. Unfortunately, it's seasonal. Now I don't know if it's going to be permanent. I'll have custom-made fences to, you know, like so people can come and go.
Well, I don't think you can do that. I think that's DCR property. You've got
Correct.
permission. No, I'm just saying for yourself, put just plants,
Plants are going to be done.
get sand, just get sand buckets, fill them with sand, put sticks in them and a little piece of rope. I mean, nothing permanent. You do have to remove them in the winter. I don't think, you're going to leave that out. I don't know.
Yeah.
But you have seasonal seating. I'm just saying for yourself, and I did go down just to see what they were talking about, and they were right. Late at night, people are using your property and, sitting there. And that's going to happen. It's the beach.
You know what, exactly. And unfortunately, the sign company, they made me a small little sign, hardly readable, says like only customers of,
Right.
of Rhapsody the Beach. So it was just a little one, So right now I ordered the big ones so they can be more noticeable for customers.
I
But
just
sometimes,
think anything cheaply done, you don't need to go into
they're
any
done
kind
already.
of...
It's just a matter of picking them up. They should be there tomorrow morning, tomorrow noonish at the property.
Okay. Well, it's up to you. I'm just saying, I did get a couple of complaints, and you're admitting it yourself. They're sitting there, they're out late at night. They want to sit on the beach. Your chairs are available.
Regarding the timing, if we discuss the timing at the same time, now the complaints, I agree, like, it could be that customers from either Kelly's or Kells did use our seating, that's correct, but it never happened before, it never happened after 11 p.m. actually. I can guarantee you that there is surveillance at all times for the seats over there, and once we leave, there is nobody over there.
Yeah, I
So
don't know.
if you can-
When I went down, it was just families with their kids eating Kelly's ice cream.
Correct, but
That's all it was.
But trust me, before 11 p.m., trust me, it was never after 11 p.m.
Nobody goes near the tables after 11.
No one goes where, I'm sorry?
Nobody sits at those tables after 11, you don't think?
There was one incident, actually, maybe the gentleman who was there actually is noticing this scene, basically, like on TV, and I saw him there around 11:15, and I went to him and I told, by then I was leaving, I told him, just do me, excuse me, sir, could you do me a favor, please? Just make sure that you are out of here before 12 o'clock. I don't want to have problems with the city. He says, no, I'm just waiting for my wife to come over to pick me up, and I'm leaving right now within 5-10 minutes. So this was around 11:15 or something like that. But I can guarantee you that, unfortunately, even if you pay people to sit after 12, they don't. I think this is more than clear, you know what I mean? Like,
Well,
it's
I'm just-
unfortunate, yeah.
I have no problem with the outdoor seating. You have the permission from DCR. I'm just saying, for your own benefit, without people complaining, you should do something to, as the other places do. Well, they take their chairs in. But just for yourself, that they're not going to be there. I can tell you, you're going to close a business at 11 o'clock, and if there's table and chairs out there, and Kelly's is open till 2, 3 in the morning, people are going to sit there.
I understand, but at the same time, I hope, now we have lack of employees, to be sincere with you.
Killing me.
And I would love to hire some more employees so we can open till 12 o'clock, till 2 a.m. Because I think there might be some decent businesses during this, I think. So I was thinking about giving it a shot. Now, so far we are closing sometimes 11, sometimes at 12, sometimes a little bit past 12. Depends what the time the guys finish cleaning. But we have till 2 a.m., I think, you know, that we can play around with.
Yeah.
So-
Well, you can do what you want. I mean, that's,
So,
stay open, huh?
so Commissioner Grasso just notified me, she's going to bring down 6 buckets of sand to
That
put
would be so
around.
nice of her.
She's so nice.
Well, no problem.
First, I have to
She's
dig
going to
a
yell
hole.
at me at this.
I'll bring them myself, no problem. No,
So it doesn't sound like there's a lot of activity after 11, right? There's not a lot of activity in those seats after 11?
that is
He's
correct.
closed after
But-
11,
What is that? I'm sorry.
It says
You
till
close
midnight.
but he closes about 11
Oh,
o'clock.
so he closes because he,
Sometimes 11, sometimes 12.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I wish I could extend the hours till 2 a.m. I was wondering if we can extend the hours of the seating. I don't think that's going to matter or they're going to be used much.
no.
So 12 would be the limit.
So basically the vote is just to give him a permanent license or a permanent approval for the outdoor seating. And after this 3-month trial, correct? Is that the question?
Yes, it's going to be, this will be permanently granted
Okay.
if it's approved.
I'll make the motion to permanently grant the outdoor seating and remove the 3-month restriction on trial.
May I just ask, this is DCR property. Do you have permission year-round for seating for the DCR?
We should have it. I mean, we
You
have.
should, or do you?
I don't have it in letter, but I think Ms. Haney.
Because some of them are seasonal, and they won't let them do it. DCR owns that property.
Yeah, but I think with the weather, I mean,
Contingent with the DCR, I mean.
Do we have an hour on our DCR? Did he give us a DCR? For what, permanent?
For the seating. Well, they didn't specify, so.
Yeah. See, they didn't specify for the year, they season.
Very good. So there's a motion to approve the seating. I will second the motion.
Well, can we approve it for the full year if he only has DCR seasonal tables outside?
What are the seasonal dates?
Well, we give, don't we give Renzo's from
I would
like till
give them,
September?
I would give them the approval, and if DCI has a problem with it, they will, they'll take
Okay,
issue
boys,
with it.
approve it.
Okay.
Very good, sir. So the application for outdoor seating is approved. The application of Shadia LLC, DBA Wraps on the Beach, for full approval of outdoor seating previously granted for a 3-month trial period is approved. The outdoor seating will consist of 3 tables with seating for 24 and currently closes at midnight. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Good seeing you guys.
That concludes the applications. We have communications. Number 1, notification from the Massachusetts Alcoholic Beverage Control Commission approving the application of MEBA Corporation, DBA El Pinolo, for a malt wine restaurant license. That's the end of the communications. The license renewal, Common Victular, Amora Shenna Callahan and Avery Shenna, DBA Banana Boat, 700 Beach Street, and Safi Market, Inc., 691 Broadway. Both of those common victualers license are renewed.
Chairman, question on those, well, Maggie, on those 2 licenses, are those due in January? And they're just coming around now? Can we put like if they don't pay up,
It's supposed to be
I
a
mean,
penalty.
can we at some point put a 3-month extension only? I mean, I'm just talking like, between the commissioners. At
Well,
some
I don't
point,
think so. I
it's
just think-
July.
Yeah, but they have to pay for the full year still, but there should be a penalty for late
Exactly.
renewals. Right.
Exactly, because I mean, that's not fair for everybody else. I know we got a penalty, I understand. But maybe after 3-4 months, we should,
Maybe we should look at that the first of the year.
Yeah.
The last meeting for the, next year.
that was all.
Maybe
All
we'll
right.
come up with
Well, we can
something.
certainly bring that up as the year comes to a close.
Absolutely. Oh,
That concludes the business for today. I would make a motion to adjourn until August 21st for our next meeting. Do I have a second on that?
I'll second that.
The meeting is adjourned.